we have, again, a word problem. So always read them backwards, right? We go to the question. Here's our question. So this last sentence, the total amount paid for the tickets was, well, that's actually not it. It's something. Question, what? So look for those question words. What? That's what we're looking for, was the price of each kind of ticket. So we're looking for the price of the tickets, not for the number of tickets, but the price of each kind of tickets. We look down here at the answer. We have two kinds. So let's assign one a value of X and the other one Y so we don't get them mixed up. So whenever we do something with an advance ticket, it's going to have an X variable and the Y is going to be the same day ticket. Remember, these are the costs of the tickets. And I think we'll be able to get there. So now we go back. Total amount paid for the tickets was $12.75. Okay, that's an important thing. I kind of look for numbers. Here's 20, here's 25, here's 55. Okay, so I got some numbers. Now let's read it. Sort of suppose that there are two types of tickets as I show, advance and same day. The combined cost of one advance ticket and one same day ticket is $55. One advanced, one same day, $55. Okay, that's enough for an equation, right? It is another word for equals. One advance, another word for and is plus in this case. I get one advance plus one same day, it's 55. So what it gives me is that X plus Y, advance ticket plus a same day ticket, is going to be $55. One equation. When we have two unknowns, we just have to be prepared that we should have two equations to solve for those two unknowns. Then we're also told for one performance, 25 advance tickets and 20 same tickets were sold. So how many advanced? 20 X's, and plus, see, did I get that? 25. See, you got to be careful. I'm thinking through these things too. You're probably better at this than I am, but I really have to consider. Okay, then I got 20 same day, which is my Y. The total amount paid for the tickets was, so that's for this particular performance, $12.75. Okay, now we want to find the each kind. We've got our two equations, we've got our two unknowns, so we can solve for this. We can go about this in certainly two or three different ways. One way we could graph both of them, and maybe I'll do that at the end. The easiest way I see is, since we've got an X plus Y, is to take this first equation, solve it for either X or Y. It doesn't matter, but maybe I'll solve it for Y because that's sort of standard procedure, right? Get Y equals something. And that's going to help us when we go to graph it as well. And then we'll do a substitution. So I'm going to take this sort of over to the shop. And I'm going to solve for Y. So I subtract X from both sides. I then get that Y equals 55 minus X. So in the second equation, everywhere I see a Y, I'm going to replace it with 55 minus X. There's only one place, but again, same thing. So now I take the other equation, and I'm going to take it to the shop and modify it a bit. I'm going to replace this Y with my 55 minus X. So I get plus 20. We're going to substitute in 55 minus X. That's what Y is equal to. So we can put that in. Notice that modification. Now we have a single equation with one unknown. We can solve this for X. Once we get X, we plug it in here and solve for Y. Or actually, we've already got a Y. We got this equation over here, right? We'll plug in X and we'll get Y. 55 minus whatever X is will give us Y. Okay, so let's get to work. We're going to distribute the 20. So we get 25X. 20 times 55 is going to be 0 and 2, 2. is now, yeah, maybe I could do it in my head. Let's see, let's clear that. But I tell you what, during a test especially, it's helpful to not, at least for me. Again, you may just be fine. 1100. I probably would have came up with that, but I feel a lot better, and it was a little bit easier on the thought process. Um, Oops, I forgot because I gotta concentrate, right? That's what making the videos. And then I've got to distribute the 20 over here, so I get minus 20x. I can combine like terms. And I got a 25x and a negative 20. I'm going to do that. I can see that's going to give me 5x, but at the same time, just to be a little bit more efficient, I'm going to move over this. Now this number, right? We can subtract that from both sides. While I'm doing that, I get a 0 here. I'm going to combine these two into 5x. And here I get 0 from 5 is 5, 7, 1 from 2 is 1, 1 from 1 is 0, so 175. And then just need to divide by 5. And again, I could use math skills and mentally do that, but while I've got my calculator on hand, let's go ahead. 175 divided by 5, 35. And that seems reasonable. Advanced tickets, again, that's what X is, and that's why I got that over here. Before I even go to solve my Y, I want to enter that in so that at the end I don't get these backwards, because if I get them backwards, I'll get marked as wrong, right? And it is wrong. There's, wait, that's not 35 tickets. The cost of the advanced ticket sales is 35. That's going to be weird. Same day tickets are going to be less or more. Let's go ahead and do the math. So then to get the same day tickets, sometimes they do this in math questions. They give us something that doesn't make sense. You would think the advanced tickets would be less, but maybe they're more. Y equals 55 minus 35. I'm going to get that that's 20. And that's the surprise to me, is that the same day tickets are 20, but maybe they sell out or something. They just figured, hey, nobody's bought these, so let's discount them and maybe people will come. Then what ends up happening when people see that, notice we have these two together, we get the 55. But for me, it seems wrong. Just make sure. So I'm going to double check on my 25 advanced tickets. 25 advanced tickets. So their cost would be the cost of those tickets times 25. Same day tickets, 20 of them, times the cost of the same day tickets. And if you add that together, you get 1275. Okay. We solved for Y. Put that in there. Got this. And we got that. We've got 520 minus 25 minus 20 is 5x. Okay, it's there. But again, I'm going to show you also how we can do this graphically now that we've got our answers as a check. So what we're going to use is, we've got one equation here. We're going to enter that, y equals 55 minus x. And then we're going to take this equation. We need to solve it for y. So over here, we solve it for y by subtracting 25x from both sides. So we end up with 20y equals 1275 minus 25x. And we're going to divide by 20. I'm going to just divide the whole thing by 20. That's what y equals. This is, I just need to be able to put it in my calculator. So I'm not going to simplify it any. I'm just going to leave it as is. And then I'm going to come over here and put that in my calculator. So we'll go to y equals. We'll put in y equals 55 minus x. And again, this could be a way that maybe you wanted to start with. 1275 minus 225x over 20. Okay. And I'll just show you on, depending upon the calculator you have, the most up-to-date one, there is this feature. If you go alpha, you can do the F1. Watch this, alpha, F1. You get a template for doing fractions. This is kind of nice. You don't have to worry about parentheses or stuff. Notice it gives me a little fraction template. So now I can put in, I forgot what I need, 1275 minus 25x. Because I'll see this done a lot. If you don't do this and you just put the divide and you do this, you won't get the right answer because you don't have the total numerator in the right place. It's doing order of operations, right? So this is a nice way to make sure you get everything done correctly. Divided by 20. Okay. And if you don't have this, I'll just do this at the same time. What you would want to enter, you'd need your parentheses, 1275 minus 25x, grouping the whole numerator there, then you divide by 20. If you don't put this parentheses, you won't get the right answer. It'll be some other line. So again, make sure either use this template or go with the parentheses, whatever works for you. And some of the older operating systems, this is the Y3 would be the only option to go with. So that's okay, either way. I'm going to clear out this second one. That's just because I just need 2 lines. I'm going to graph it, but again, knowing where the window should be, because it's based on whatever happened, I'm just going to show you. I'm going to go zoom. I'm going to do a 6, a standard zoom. That's a 10 by 10, negative 10 by 8. And watch, I'm not going to see anything. It's graphed it, but because my answer is y is 20, x is 35, I don't know what that is, but what I would assume, I don't need to worry about negatives, right? So I can go to my window, let x minimum. I know there's a total of 55 tickets, so x can't be bigger than 55, so let's just go to 55. Same thing with y. You can't sell negative tickets, or can't have a negative price. Let's see, remember x and y are prices. The maximum price for y would be $55, and then that means the advance would be free. This window will show me everything I need to show. And so now I've got this intersection point here. Remember that x is advance ticket price, y is same day ticket price. I just need to get my intersection, second calc, intersect. I'm on the first curve, it's the blue curve, and I see my little spider there. I could move it along if I want. Notice it moves along that line. I'm just going to select it. I said that's my first curve. Goes to the second curve. I'm on the red curve. Again, you may not have the color version, but either way, you see the spider on the other line. We'll hit enter. And then we have to remember this is not our answer. We have to hit enter for the guess. And it tells us x is 35, y is 20. So we are correct. It's just weird. Why do you charge more for advanced tickets than you do for same day tickets? Usually it's the other way around, but hey, that's what it ended up being. That's what it is. Okay. So hopefully between those two, that helped you. Now again, we could also do elimination. So we could have multiplied this top one by negative 20 to maybe eliminate the y. So there is a third way to do this. And if you use that, great. It'll work as well. But this one, for me, the easiest one is to go to substitution. The next easiest is to graphing. And those two together help to verify the answer. So if you do it 2 ways, you get a nice verification there. All right. So let's go ahead and keep moving. Thank you.